Okay, welcome back. I am going to do something that I have been dreading for a long time, and that is putting on the spiral lock piston ring clips, because I'm telling you, it is not easy. Just lubing up. So I've already put one in. Oops. I've already put one in here, and I put it in on my desk. So, and it was not easy. And this one's not going to be easy. I need to heat the cylinder up a little bit. So it is, because the wrist pin is relatively tight getting in. It is in. Now I did this, I put those other ones in when the cylinder was actually laying down. Well, when it was on its side. And this one is I mean, if I cannot do it like this, I'm going to have to put it on its side. So, I've watched probably 3 or 4 different videos on this. So, here's the spiral lock. It is basically a spring. So I'm going to unspring it a little bit. I unspring it first of all. Oh my God, that was like so much. That was total luck right there. And I just need to make sure that it is seated in here, and it is. Oh my God. I do not believe that. So let me get the other piston, so stand by. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I've got the piston, and so I've already put in one of the spiral locks. I'm just going to heat up the piston slightly. There are little slits on top. Allow for oiling. Tap this in a little bit, just to make sure it's in. Good. Okay, here we go. That other one went way too easy. And it's so we'll try this again. Oh my God, this one went in so easy too. Okay. When you're installing it, when you just start doing it, you don't think it's taking. So you have it's almost like you have a tendency you want to stop because it doesn't look like it's seating, but you just have to keep going, pushing around. And so pistons are on. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to install the piston rings. And I was going to show you where top dead center is too. Okay, so I'm going to zoom it down. Right down there is a line. You see that line right there? That is a line on the flywheel. And it is a line on the flywheel on the top of the case where it's right here, where that's where we're going to actually work on the timing. So this is basically top dead center. Now, I'm not sure if it's top center for which cylinder. It looks like it's probably top dead center for both cylinders. And it is, so me pushing down. I'm not sure which one is top dead center for, to be honest. Unless it's top dead center for both of them. And the distributor is, well, it's not distributed, but the circuit breaker is throwing a spark. Here's the thing, I thought it threw a spark to both, so I guess I'm not sure at this point. So let's put the rings on. So I've got a ring compressor. So let me go get the ring compressor. Well, it's not really a compressor. In fact, it's the opposite. It expands it. So let's put the rings on. So stand by. So this is the back piston. This is the one I'm going to put the oil ring on. So I'm going to start by the oil ring. And when I'm looking at the ring, sometimes it'll say if it needs to be top or bottom. And this one does not. So I'm going to gently I'm going to get a different one. When in doubt, just do it by hand. Here is these are the same. These are the same pistons. Or I'm sorry, the same piston rings. And I am going to on the bottom. Those go on very easy, actually. So obviously I'm going to lube everything up. I did not lube these things up going on because I hate to say it, they are sometimes it's hard to get it on. And I'm going to put the ring gaps everywhere there's really not a hole, and I'm going to stagger them. So it is like, I probably will stagger the oil ring so it's faced to the back. The next ring, which I call that almost, I guess on Moto Guzzi they call it almost a scraper ring, but it looks like it's just another compression ring. So one compression ring facing forward and the last one facing backwards. So all the joints I'm going to stagger 180 degrees. So let's do the next piston. And again, they're not marked. Got that one. So we have both rings on. Okay, so next up is going to be installing the cylinders. And once we install the cylinders, I'm going to I'm going to time it up at that point. So I'll time it up, and well, I'll generally time it up, and I will then actually put it in the frame. So obviously I have to reverse the engine. It was just easier to work. I thought from this side, I thought it was easier to work, but probably actually when I put the head cylinders on, I'm going to reverse it anyway, just so that I can then just lift it from here to here and put it in. So stand by. We are actually close to trying to start this thing up. So thank you. Okay, welcome back. We are going to work on installing the cylinders now. So I have just a wooden mallet here because I'm going to be pushing down on this. So I don't want it to move. So let's get started. Let me get some gloves on first. So I'm going to oil everything up. And, well, first of all, I need to put the base gasket on. And with the base gasket, I'm going to use some lithium grease to move everything up. I gotta put this on my finger. I'm just looking for a good seal. I'm not putting a sealant on this base gasket. I'm actually not putting a seal either on the head gasket. The head gasket I have is it's a copper, so we'll go through the process of annealing it. So I'm just looking for a nice seal. Between cylinder and so this is, so I already have a ring compressor set up. This is where you basically, it'd be nice if you had 3 hands. But I'm going to set the rings. This is the front cylinder. So I'm going to send 1 ring gap at the back and 1 in the front, which is where I'm at. Let me get this order. So this is the front. So I'm going to oil up. the piston, and the cylinder. I'm actually using motor oil too. I like wearing those gloves actually. So I gotta clean this up. There we go, that should be better. Okay. That actually went better than I thought. So, and it's a shame I put it on wrong. God damn it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so one side is on. I'm going to get some base nuts and just put them on lightly, and then I'll do the next one. So stand by. Okay, so I have some cylinder base nuts and washers. So it is. They look nice. They are from Colony. I don't know where I bought them from. Probably eBay. And they're 5/8. Before I really tighten these down, I'm going to put on the manifold. Took this out, I shouldn't have. I'm gonna have to get a special one. I have to grind this down. Okay. So that is one. Next up is number two. So let's get the next cylinder. Ready? This is white lithium grease. So next up is the cylinder. And we are going to oil this up as well. just tap it on gently. Okay, let me get the intake manifold. Looks great. So it's just nice, I guess, easy to put this on. And I mean, I can tighten it up. This is nice because you've got complete access to those nuts. So it's, it looks like it is, I guess it was really just great cleaning up those threads, because those threads were just awful. But I just heard that sometimes it's hard to thread on those nuts if it is if it's already torqued down. Their gaskets go here. I'm going to put those on right now, actually, and because they're not going to go anywhere. But I'm going to look up to see how I can actually tighten up the base nuts, because there are a couple that are very hard. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that yet. There's got to be a way. The base nuts are going on really easily, actually. What I am going to do is, once I get these base nuts kind of on, I'm going to actually put the bike, I'm going to put the engine on the bike. It's just easier to work off of it. These are in no way torqued down. It is. I'm just kind of. So I'm going to lower the stand a little bit so that I can get the engine in the frame. First thing is I'm going to move it just right there. Okay, so it looks good, and I'm going to get the bolts for securing it, and I'm going to, these two holes right here, or for the generator. So I'm going to load it into the frame. I'm going to cut these ties that are holding it on the stand and just move it over. I want to lower it a little bit, but let me go get the bolts for that. So stand by. Okay, I'm going to try to lift this in. It's off the stand. That was actually easier than I thought. So let me get a bolt in here. And I have the pack from Colony, and it appears that the top of the nut, the top of the bolt goes on top with a washer, then a castle key, castle nut, and then a cotter key. Let's get the first one in. These are incredibly super tight. So it looks like they need to be super tight. So that's the size of this. So it's not ½ inch. Feels like it's 5/8. It is not 5/8. So it is probably 9/16. Okay, so yeah, they thread in. And that looks like it's 5/8 actually. It is. The nut is 5/8. So well, these things are not easy to get in. Okay, I got all the bolts on. This one down here is not going all the way in. The other one's going really kind of easily, but everything looks good. If I put a wrench on the motor, I haven't done the timing, but even the valves are moving actually. So the valves are moving. So this must be top dead center right here, because when it goes down, the exhaust valve is opening. And so everything looks good so far. I mean, it is, I'm going to do the timing. I'm going to do the heads. I am missing, boy, there's dust here. I mean, I've been screwballing around with this for, here's the problem. I've been waiting a month for a part, and, well, actually 2 parts. And it is, one was a hone for the cylinders, and I never got it actually. So I'm disputing it with eBay, and I bought another one. But I mean, I waited like 3 months, or I'm sorry, 3 weeks to get it. And there is a bracket to support the engine up top here. And I don't have that. I ordered that from Europe, and it's been like a month. So I'll probably email the guy tomorrow to see what's going on. It's Sunday today, so I email the guy and see what's going on. The timing shouldn't take that long, actually. The transmission is done. It's sitting there. It's not installed yet, but it's kind of like ready to go. The sprocket and chain are going to be here probably Thursday. I need to order the wiring harness, and I have the tanks. The tanks have been, the tanks are basically raw metal, and they were an absolute disaster. I have, it's going to take me a weekend to get those things right. And I generally have, I think, all the parts for this bike, and I have 85% of the parts for the second bike. And so I don't know. It is, I'm going to be collecting probably 30 or 40 different little parts. Stand by. So it is, I still don't have any brake shoes for the front. I need to dig some up. I would like to buy new ones. I'll buy used ones if I have to. And again, that's just shoes. Everything else is in there. I think I have the springs and everything for the shoes. So I don't have the throttle. I do have throttle cables, and I have the handles. The ones that came with the bike are really just probably beyond use. Let me rephrase that, beyond safe use. I have the circuit breaker. It's already ready to go. The carburetor is already ready to go. I'm gonna, obviously, this video is probably gonna get posted after the carburetor video, but I've already rebuilt the carburetor. Transmission has been done, so it is, when I put the heads on it, we'll be able to see if we have compression. I mean, because I am, I've never built a Harley before. I never said I have, really. In fact, I've said I haven't. And it is, but I built BMWs and Moto Guzzi's, and these, this is really coming out nicely. I mean, that looks beautiful, actually. Like I said, I have gaskets that are going to be put under here. Well, they go right here, and So this is where we are at right now. So I guess if I had every single part, I've got the coil. I don't have the coil bracket, which um, um, I need to get the coil bracket. I have the generator already. I've tested it. It works. So it's um, so I'm going to I have the brake. I have the footboards. I have the brakes. I have the brake pedal and everything. I don't have the rod. The rod is $40. I need to order that. On the other side is the clutch lever. I bought a clutch lever. The one I bought was for a JD. It's not going to work for this one. So I have one for a VL coming. I should get that, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. And I will hopefully have all the controls done within a week. There's a dashboard in Europe that is like $400, but here's the biggest problem. It's like $400. And I may buy it. I mean, it is it's very I don't know how to get this to stay really. I probably just have to tighten it up. Yeah, nothing here is really tight, to be honest. These are tight. These are tight. Obviously, you know that the base nuts are not tight, and so I have the spark plugs. I have the heads. Heads are done. Heads are painted. You saw those. So I have the pogo that I need to basically kind of rebuild. There's like a rebuild kit for it, so I'm going to rebuild it. And I don't have the seat yet. I'm still looking at seats. I don't have the battery box yet. I keep rattling these things off that I don't have. Most of them are not that. I mean, they're substantial, but they're really not that substantial. The battery box is probably, it's like $400 in the US, or I can buy it in Europe with shipping. It's like $200. So I think I'm going to buy it. I'm probably going to buy it tonight. The battery box, there's like a little ledge on the battery box that holds the regulator. I think that's, oh no, I'm sorry, they call it a relay. And it's, it kind of does act as a regulator. The rear drum brake is not the correct rear drum. That's not, the rear drum brake is the only thing that's not correct. That is basically a repop for a knucklehead. And let me rephrase that. The drum is right. The brake plate is wrong. And the brake plate is for a knucklehead. And I am on the hunt for a brake plate for a VL. There are a couple on eBay. They just want stupid money, and I'm just not going to pay stupid money. That was like with the shoes and the lever and the brake plate, it was like $100, and it'll work. It's not the right one. I'm going to find the right one, but I'm not going to pay $500 for the right one. For the other bike, I already have a transmission made. It's already been built. I already have the frame, the front end. I don't have the wheels. Wheels are not that hard. I may buy new wheels for the next one. I've got one wheel hub. I just need to buy another wheel hub and buy the spokes and the rims. I can buy 19-inch repop rims, which I would probably like that because these are super old. And while they are pretty straight, they're not perfect. They are kind of, I don't want to say crusty because they're not really that crusty, but they are, they're old. And hopefully everything is, this bike is going to get built shortly, hopefully. So it is the handlebars I bought with a bulk purchase. I don't have handlebars for the other one yet. I can get repop ones. These are kind of like originals, these handlebars. There's a repair in the middle, but it's really not noticeable. And it is what it is. So thank you for watching. The next is going to be timing. Again, I don't know how to do the timing, so we are going to figure it out. And thank you for watching.